Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's just two movies.
Welcome back. I knew you couldn't stay away, you filthy little minx. Or if it's your first time listening to the show, take your shoes off. Stay a while. My name's Daniel King. With me today is Birdman. This is just two movies. We watched two movies.
Hey.
Have you figured it out? A good one, a bad one. We talk about them, and there's like 8 people that are like, "Oh, that show's funny."
Just 8.
Yeah, and actually we had a record high for downloads last week.
Yeah, I think you told me it was
it's a lot. It was like a lot more than I expected, like almost triple. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Thanks for listening.
Tell a friend if you like this show. Tell a friend. Lie to him. Tell him it's funnier than it is. Tell him we're more charming and interesting than we are. Yeah. So we flip-flop movies on the show. He picks a show. He picks a movie. I pick a movie.
Yep.
I pick a movie. He picks a movie.
We
pick it a movies.
It was your turn.
I picked this one, and I went with one that we'd both seen, but it's been on my list for a long time. I don't know anybody that hasn't seen it, so I wasn't going to be able to...
my grandma's seen it.
I wasn't going to be able to wedge that in. Is she free? She's single.
Anyways.
Yeah, so I went with Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Hell yeah.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil. There's a lot of fun...
Why don't you give us a little bit of information?
There's a lot of fun to be had with Tucker and Dale versus Evil. If you haven't seen it or don't have the stats on it memorized, here they are. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is a 2010 horror comedy, 1 hour, 29-minute runtime, 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, 65% on Metacritic, 93% of Google users like this movie. Woo! Woo.
Get it, son.
Release date came out September 30th. Directed by Eli Craig. Budget $5 million. Box office $5.7 million. So squeaked by just a little bit of... I don't know if you can hear this. I'm making like the tiny Play-Doh snake with just my thumb and my first 2 fingers. Yeah, the money. The screenplay by Eli Craig and Morgan Jurgensen. Nice.
Jurgensen. This was Eli Craig's directorial debut.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I wonder what has he done anything else that's like that we're like, oh hell yeah, I've seen that.
He did Zombieland.
Okay.
He directed Zombieland.
Zombieland's fun. It's a breezy, much like Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It is a like a wink and a nod almost to a famous horror genre, but he makes it a fun comedic adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. T&D versus E, baby.
T&D VE.
T&D VE.
Old fucker and snail.
Fucker
and snail
Ducker
versus
and tail.
Weevil. The stars Tyler Labine.
Sure.
Tyler Labine? Labine or Labine? I don't know which one. Alan Tudyk.
Heyo.
Katrina Bowden. Eli Craig. Jesse Moses.
Eli Craig is in it? I think he's just the director.
It's just cameraman. Shit, never mind. I'm like reading people that aren't even in the
That's about it.
Brandon J. McLaren. Yeah, everybody. All right. Jesse Moss, Katrina Bowden, Alan Tudyk, and Tyler Labine. Or Labine.
Yeah. There is one other guy that I'm a little familiar with. Brandon J. McLaren.
The gas station attendant.
God damn it. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Is he the skinny guy? Scrawny, the self-impalement?
No, he's the black guy of the group. But he is also in The Killing, which was a pretty good TV show.
Yeah, which I am familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get into this?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Do you want to well, let's do this first.
How do you want to do it?
I'll tell you how I want to do it.
Yeah?
I'm just going to lay you down. I'm going to tell you to tell me what the movie's about, spoiler free.
You want me to tell?
Oh, yeah. I'll whisper in your ear, what's this movie about?
Okay, this movie is about 2 pretty decent I wouldn't say pretty decent.
I'd say they're good dudes.
They're good dudes.
Yeah, they're good dudes.
This is about two good redneck dudes that just want to enjoy their shitty cabin in the woods, or their fixer-up.
Fixer-upper. What they call this? A fixer-upper?
While some young adults kill themselves around these rednecks.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
it's a blast. It's a blast, and it's
basically a flip on the horror genre where
a bunch of kids go to a cabin in the woods.
The rednecks kill the kids.
I think here's the biggest spoof is if you have a bunch of teenagers go to a cabin in the woods and they all start dying. The only difference is at this cabin in the woods, Tucker and Dale are there.
Yeah.
And that's the only difference. It's just a regular old teens drinking and smoking weed and banging and getting killed in a cabin in the woods. It's like, you can't hardly get more classic than that.
So they are college kids. I wonder if they're still teens or if they're... I like to call them young adults.
Hardly matters. Yeah. Okay. Young adults.
The YAs.
Zoomers. Is that
the Zoomers?
That's what we are, right?
No. We're millennials.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we're not. We could be. We might be.
Let's drop that bit. I can think of a funnier thing. We're both so handsome. Both of our moms said so, so
That's
you know
what
it's
they
true.
said.
You know it's true.
All right. Let's jump into the movie.
So what you got, man?
This takes place in West Virginia. As we said,
take me home.
As we said, some young adults are going on
Mountain Mama.
Easy.
Whoa.
Some young adults are going camping. They're going to have a good time. The first time they see Tucker and Dale fucking cracks me up.
They pass him in the truck.
They pass him in the truck, and Tucker and Dale just look at him like they haven't eaten.
Like they're aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just look at him like they're extraterrestrials or something like. It's just super creepy.
So off to a bad start already.
Right.
The kids forget beer though. They forget their beer.
Right.
So they have to make a stop at the what was it called? It was the
local
last chance gas. That was the name of it.
Perfect.
It's your last chance, baby.
Yeah. And Tucker and Dale are there.
Yeah, they stop.
Alan Tudyk's buying like roofing nails, and the guy's counting them one at a time. I love it. I love it. The college kid's going, he's like, yeah, where's your beer? He's like, beer's in the back.
He played a pretty good...
it's great, man.
The cashier.
He's like, I'm going to have to start over. 1, 2.
And if you're listening, I'm pretty sure some of the stuff he's listing, these are items that the kids get killed with, right? Or no?
Is that?
Maybe it was just I don't know.
Yeah, most of them are killed by their own devices. Anyway,
yeah, that's true.
So they're standing outside the truck, and you really get your first look at Tucker and Dale as like two characters interacting with each other.
Yeah, and
you get Dale, and he's just like, man, have you ever seen girls that beautiful, man? Oh my God, they're fancy and sophisticated. He's like, well, go talk to him. And he's got so much self-doubt. He's like, no, I'll just fuck it up. I'm a big dummy or whatever. He's like, no, man, just smile and laugh and introduce yourself. Just be yourself. And he walks over there. And he's got a scythe for, they're going out to fucking clear.
That's a big fucking scythe.
Yeah.
Because it's tall. Like, a lot of them are shorter. So you can...
Makes less work. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I don't
know.
Clear out more up faster. I don't know, but it's fucking huge. And it's aluminum. So he's like picking it up. Tank. It's like it's making a fucking noise as he's walking with it, and he walks up to him and goes, You guys doing some camping?
Just starts laughing fucking.
Yeah, he's just smiling and laughing like a psychopath because that's what Tucker told him to do.
That's one of my favorite parts of the movie right there.
Oh,
right off the bat. Like, it's so good.
Hey, we don't want no fucking trouble, man. They all get real.
They're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, they get back in their whip and they roll out. And then, Tucker and Dale, they get to their cabin.
But that really sets everything up, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, how their interactions are going to be from here on out.
They get pulled over by the sheriff.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Tucker and Dale.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that. They get pulled over by the sheriff. And the driver drops a beer between his legs, and the passenger goes over to get it, and he's like, it's stuck on my shirt. So by the time the officer gets to the window, he's pulling his head up from between the other guy's legs, and his shirt's off.
Yeah. One thing I did really like, though, Tucker is talking to Dale about going out and getting things. Things aren't just going to fall in your lap.
You got to get him. Yeah.
You got to go get him. And right after he says this, he drops his beer in his lap.
Yep.
Like, I just
he goes,
love
it's
that.
not just going to fall in your lap.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I just love that quick comedy like that.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. It's very smart.
Yeah.
So they're fixing up their apartment or whatever. Meanwhile,
they basically bought a murder cabin.
They basically did
like
buy
someone
a murder
used this cabin
they get
to murder other people.
He's like, oh, must have been a real news junkie. It's like a bunch of super old news clippings like nailed to the wall, and it's like murder, 7 dead. Like just all the headlines are a murderer, and this and that and the other. And then there's one that's like, oh shit, Corn Dog Willie's fucking buy 3 get 2 free, no expiration. Just missed the rest of it. Oh man, there's so
much good comedy.
It's got a lot of good situational comedy. It is two archetypes that fit non-traditional character like profiles. You know what I mean? You wouldn't expect the 2 redneck guys to be so like likable and considerate and like aware of each other's emotions, and you know what I mean, like they seem like very progressive people,
which does happen.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely,
but
it doesn't
not
happen
around here.
It doesn't happen in fucking movies.
Yeah. So Chad, what would you call him? He's like the pretty boy kind of, but
he's like the like double popped collars kind of guy.
He's also fucking crazy. There's that.
Yeah, but he's like the antagonist of the college kids group,
yes,
which is what we're going to call them because that's what they're called in the movie.
He tells a story.
College young adults.
There you go. Thank you.
College young adults.
CYA. College young adults.
CYAs.
Chad tells a story of the Memorial Day Massacre, a hillbilly attack that happened 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. That his mom allegedly survived.
He says his mom survived and his dad did not, right? Isn't that what he said?
Correct.
Yeah. So he's pretty distraught about that.
Yeah.
So he's ready to take down these hillbillies.
He sure is.
What is do you know what
you talking about the catalyst? The thing that...
No.
Oh, sorry.
Like what the difference is between a hillbilly and a redneck, or is there one?
I would say there is a distinct difference between the two. I would think the difference is, if you just said them to me, I would say we have rednecks around here. We ain't got no hillbillies.
You go to certain
there's
spots,
a couple roads where, and they're probably people that are hillbillies that moved here from like West Virginia or something, because we don't have the hills around here. We do, not in the area that we're in.
Right.
But that it's a different, completely different way. They live out in the middle of the woods, whereas most people around here live near a field.
Yeah.
Some fields.
Close to a road.
Farmland.
Close to a
close to
state
a road.
highway.
Yeah. And the people that do live way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere, they're not hillbillies either.
They're just live good in the old woods. Folks, I guess.
Right.
The next thing we see is, and this kind of sets up a big portion of the movie, the young adults go skinny dipping. And Tucker and Dale just so happen to be fishing.
They're doing a little fishing.
They're doing a little night fishing.
Drinking a beer.
Drinking a couple beers.
Old Tuck, he's giving him a inspirational speech about still going after what he wants in life, and there's 1 beer left in the cooler.
Yes.
And he's like, oh no, Tuck,
that's yours,
Tuck,
man.
You have that. And he's like, this is what I'm talking about, man. He's like, you gotta fucking go after the things you want. And he goes to reach for it. Tucker slaps him. He goes, no, that's my beer.
Not the last beer.
He goes to get it again. He said, what did I just say?
I did see in the extras that these two got a good amount of time before filming to hang out and rehearse. So, and I think that really shows because their
chemistry's great.
It's so good.
Their chemistry's great. They play off each other so well.
Man,
old Alan Tudyk is swinging for the fucking fences in this thing.
Yeah,
and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is. It's almost like I forget I've ever seen him in anything else while I'm watching it. You know what I mean? But he's in so much shit.
He is in a lot of shit. The young adults are skinny dipping. Tucker and Dale are fishing. And one of the girls, the main girl, Katrina Bowden.
Yeah.
She is undressing. Tucker and Dale, I don't know, one of them says something. It scares her. And she falls in the lake.
Allison.
And Allison is her name. Yeah, her character. Yeah. She falls in the lake and she hits her head. I couldn't tell that at first. I've seen it, but I was like, did she? Oh yeah, that's right. So they go to rescue her.
Yeah.
But when they're rescuing her, friends see them, and it looks like
those hillbillies got.
It
Allison.
looks like they're just kidnapping her.
It does,
and it also looks like I think it's Dale. It looks like he's eating her face. Dude, it's such a funny moment.
Oh yeah, no, that's really good. And then as they're all screaming and running away, he's like, "College kids, we got your friend." Come get your friend, but also
we have your fucking friend.
I just slowly drew my thumb across my neck. Theater of the mind. Yeah. So this is great. The college kids think that Tucker and Dale are trying to kill and murder them one by one.
Yeah.
Starting with their friend Allison.
Yeah.
And then they fucking fade back to their cabin or whatever. So oh, college kids, well, we gotta kill these sons of bitches. We gotta get Allison back. And Tucker and Dale are just they got chores to do.
Yeah. They're just trying to fix up their fucking
vacation home.
That's right. Their vacation home. I dropped every dollar I have into this thing.
It looks pretty great, man. I'm not gonna lie. Dude,
it looks fine.
Need a little cabin to go fucking stay in?
Yeah, for sure. A little bit of TLC. So like I said, that kind of sets up the whole movie because the college kids see their friend being abducted, and their mission is to rescue her and to fuck up these rednecks.
Yeah,
and like you said, Tucker and Dale, they're just trying to fix up.
They just gotta, yeah. So she's starting to come to, and Dale's made her breakfast. And she's like, no, God, no. And he's like, oh, you hate pancakes.
You hate pancakes.
You hate pancakes. I'm so sorry. He's like, I'll go make you some eggs. And he comes back in with the eggs, and he's like, they have a little conversation.
Yeah.
She figures out this was just a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
He saw her not come back up for air after taking a nasty spill into the water, and he went and rescued her, and her friends ran away, so they took her to their place and bandaged her up, and
they're not
also made her breakfast.
They're not trying to hurt her. It was a huge misunderstanding. The whole movie has been that so far.
Exactly.
And it continues.
Yeah, so she comes to and they're talking and she's like, yeah, I want to be a psychiatrist. I want to work in communication.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the world's problems are caused by miscommunication.
Which is the central theme.
It's the central theme of the whole movie.
The whole movie. I love that little wink there.
Oh, it's great. So yeah, they go to work. They're just doing chores, and she's like, "Well, I'm here. My friends are gonna come here at some point. So can I help?" And she, takes her suspenders off, and now she's got sexy jeans.
Look at her. She's all.
She rolls her shirt up or whatever, and she's like, "Yeah, I grew up on a farm too, so sun's out, guns out." And they're digging a shitter hole.
Yeah. What's Dale say? He's like, or she's like, what are we doing exactly?
What are you doing?
He's like, I'm digging a shitter hole. I mean, a crapper
for the shit house.
For the shit. She's like, you're making an outhouse. He's like, yeah. No.
Yeah. So, other scene, college kids are plotting to storm them and take them by surprise.
Yeah.
Old fucking Tucker's just throwing wood in a wood chipper, and he bends down to get a log, and one of the kids just dives headfirst into the wood chipper
because he's going after Tucker, right?
Yeah,
Tucker, like you said, Tucker.
He just bends
down. Yeah,
just to pick up a log. Just dove headfirst into it.
Could you imagine turning around and seeing that?
What's the other kid do? He's got a sharpened stick.
Yeah, he made a spear kind of out of a stick. Or a branch, whatever.
He trips and falls on it in the shitter hole.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of impaling in this movie, like a lot.
It really is. Oh man, when all right, my favorite part of the whole movie is when he saws into the bee's nest.
Yeah, so that's kind of right around this time, somewhere around here. Yeah,
cutting wood and he saws into the bee's nest, and he's running with the chainsaw. There was another kid up there, kind of spying, trying to see what was going on. And he's running with bees and he's fucking ramming down on the chainsaw.
He's getting fucking stung and
yeah. And he's like he's getting the stingers plucked out of his face back at the house. And he tells, the girl Allison, he's like, I saw one of your friends out there. He must be allergic to bees or something because he was running like a bat out of hell. But he just Final Destinations himself with a tree branch.
Another impale. Something I thought was funny. I think it's two or three of Tucker's injuries each time he pours beer in himself.
Oh yeah, yeah. When he gets he gets two of his fingers cut off. And they're like, oh no, his bowling fingers. They're like, those are the bowling fingers. No. Like, there wasn't like, wait, which fingers are those? Just immediately, those are bowling fingers. If I've seen them once, I've seen them 1,000 times.
He's like, get me a beer. Cracks it open and pours it on his fucking wound.
The worst decision you could probably make if you're ever in a survival situation. Don't pour beer on an open wound.
Right.
Yeah, that's a bad call.
Oh, man. So much just... God damn. Laugh out loud fucking comedy in this movie, and I love it.
It's ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. So they're talking, they got all these dead kids.
Yeah.
Just around their property.
It just keeps happening.
They're talking and he's like, he goes, well, let's call the cops. He's going, what are you going to tell them? Because I'm going to tell them what happened. He goes, it doesn't matter what happened. What matters is what looks like happened. We got all these dead college kids all around. What are we going to say? Oh, officer, we've had a doozy of a day. These college kids just been killing themselves all over my property. I'm thinking it's a suicide pact. And then later they're starting to get rid of the bodies and the cop rolls up.
Pulls up.
And that's exactly, he's just out of other options. He's like, boy, we have had a doozy of a day. Just exact same thing.
What do you say? You know what I mean? Because these guys are innocent. Like, they literally haven't done...
It's just two legs. They're just
they're carrying two legs from the saw.
Legs.
It's just two legs. If you had two... We'll do that later.
Okay, yeah, we'll get there. Two... If your thumb was two legs.
But they were cut off from your torso.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you got to cut the thumb off, but the thumb is just two legs.
Oh.
Instead of a singular digit.
Okay.
It's a dual situation. Anyway, cop shows up.
Yeah,
he comes in the cabin, pushes on a faulty beam, and
gets impaled.
Yeah, he gets like a piece of 2x4 with like 9-inch nails sticking out of it, stuck to his forehead. The gore in this for me is just right. Just right.
Not only that, just
the practical. Talking about the practical stuff.
Yeah, I mean the way that the movie looks too, the cinematography for 2010.
Oh yeah,
I feel like they did a really great job on everything.
One thing that I really love about this is it seems to me that there are two movies going on.
Okay.
At the same time.
Okay.
One movie is the kids that go to the cabin in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
That's one movie. It's shot different. The camera angles seem to be different. Something about the lighting is different. It's more...
It's not your typical...
It's exactly the thing that you expect it to be. It is just that story.
Yeah.
It's just that.
There's no...
And then the story of Tucker and Dale is actually like way more dynamic. Them being like the centralized characters. But even the way it's presented, like the color palettes are more interesting. I don't know if it's something with the lighting or something with the camera angles maybe that just makes it feel a little more...
authentic. Real,
not like this other schlocky teenager movie.
Yeah.
And it even from scene to scene, I can tell the difference between just the way that they're put out there. One of them looks like the classic thing that I know that it's going to do, and it does. And the other one is like this more interesting. Not to say the teenagers thing isn't interesting. It's interesting because it runs in tandem. Like, you know what I mean? They work together.
Yeah.
But if you rewatch it again ever, just think about it like think about it being two movies in one.
Okay.
Because they do look different. The scenes feel different when it's just the college kids versus it's just Tucker and Dale and Allison.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's I'm glad you picked up on that.
I thought that was a lot of fun. Yeah. I really, really like that.
Like I said, for being his first directing job, as far as like his first feature film, I guess, he did such a great job. I think he had a little bit of help, obviously, as most up and coming directors do. But
if this was your first thing and you did this by yourself,
right. Because I watched a little bit of the
That's
extras.
badass.
I watched a little bit of the extras and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And kind of talked about who helped with the film and some of the producers and yeah. So
if I had another favorite part, did you like the dog hostage?
oh man,
When they take the dog hostage
yeah,
and Dale's about to cry, he's like, "Don't you hear my dog? I swear to God, I'll be really mad."
yeah. Like he's not gonna say I'm gonna kill you.
No, his dog doesn't even have teeth.
Doesn't? I thought it had teeth. I know
Nah,
it's
and
missing an eye.
There's an extended cut where it's like he ain't even got no teeth. He's just a big old marshmallow. It wasn't on the version that I just watched though.
Weird.
Yeah, it was on the, like when it used to be on Netflix. I specifically remember the scene. Oh, that's just Jangers, my dog. You ain't got to be afraid of him. He ain't even got no teeth. He's just a big old marshmallow.
You sure you're not making that up?
Nope, not making it up. But it's not in the cut that we just watched.
Weird. Yeah, it wasn't on the, because I bought it on the Blu-ray.
Oh, is there a director's cut?
I don't think so. Because I looked at the special features.
I wonder why they cut that.
I don't know.
It did happen. I promise. I'll look it up.
We'll look it up later.
Yeah. So without spoiling the end of this, was there anything else you want to touch on that's just like your favorite shit?
Let me see. Let's see here. What else do I want to highlight? I mean, what?
Okay.
Go ahead.
One more. It's just a line I wrote down. There's a bit where Alan Tudyk gets caught in a snare. And the college kids come up to him, and he's upside down, and he's like, "Hey, listen, I got 10 to 12 beers in my cooler. They're yours." Just trying
10 to 12.
Just trying to bribe him with an unknown amount of beer.
Yeah. Could be 10. Could be 12. I feel like that was one of those improv bits, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's great, though.
Because I did see in one of the extras, the college kids are kind of
young adults.
The young adults,
please,
are kind of ad-libbing some of their lines.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like some of it was
like, well, what should I say? Have you ever seen one of these? Say that. Say that. Whatever. Pick a token character and just say what they say. Doesn't matter. It's the. I really like it though. I like the idea that they just made it as like generic as possible.
Oh yeah.
I do like the hook with the one kid where they're like, "You're half hillbilly," and he's like, "Nah." Like it's the worst thing that could possibly happen. Yeah, the guy that plays Chad. What's his fucking name? Jesse Moss.
Jesse Moss, yeah.
Yeah, old Jesse Moss.
I thought he was pretty good in this.
No, I thought he was great. I love to hate him.
Yeah. So yeah, we get a lot of back and forth with the young adults and Tucker and Dale. Each of these kids somehow managing to off themselves, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Accidentally.
Yeah, it's a series of incredibly unlikely events that...
And it just gets funnier and funnier, though.
It really does.
It's like a running gag in a film, but it never gets old to me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's just fun.
These kids just started killing themselves all over my property. Now, I don't know how much experience with you that you've had with this sort of thing, but we was thinking it's one of those suicide packs.
Oh, shit. So do you want to touch on the ending at all, or do you want to kind of just leave that?
That's up to you. Do you have anything you really want to share? I always say, like, well, we got you through 90% of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it. I was very happy with the ending, though. I will say that. If you have anything specific, go ahead and knock it out.
There is a part pretty much at the end. Dale realizes... So they go into a... for the final battle, I guess. They go into a lumber yard or like a lumber business.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. It's like an old sawmill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And upstairs, Dale randomly finds chamomile tea.
Mm-hmm.
And he remembers from earlier that Chad said, I'm allergic.
I can't have that. It fucks with my asthma.
Fucks with my asthma.
Dale knows that it's a common allergen that can, the people that are allergic to it can cause anaphylaxis.
Yeah. And I don't know, it was just kind of a smart, like, when it first showed it, it's just a quick glimpse of him, like, finding it and he just sets it down on the table. And then they cut. and other things continue to play out, and then he uses that just a little later. I don't know. I just really like that that he uses that to his advantage.
Yeah,
that was
good.
Smart.
Yeah, smart.
Smart
Like
move.
the way he
Dale.
like straps up, he gets all kinds of gear on him, and he comes in, and she's like, ah! She's tied up. He's there to rescue her, and she's scared. She's like, oh, Dale? And he's like, yeah. She's like, what are you wearing? He's like, I thought it'd look intimidating, and she's like, it does. It's good stuff. So, all right, if you were to have thumbs as just lower torsos, or wait, if your thumbs were bowling fingers,
okay.
One thumb is your two bowling fingers. So your ring finger and your middle finger, right?
Okay.
Or wait, is it your index finger and your middle finger? Now that I'm not holding a bowling ball, I'm like, how do I... Which two is it?
If you had...
It's not a shocker situation.
If you had...
That. It's these two, right?
If we're talking the bottom of your torso...
Okay.
Because you got cut in half.
Yep.
The bottom of... Your torso,
just your legs,
just your legs. If each leg was 5 thumbs, how many thumbs would you give this?
Whoa, each leg is 5 thumbs.
Yeah,
I thought each thumb.
here.
I thought each thumb was going to be a one torso with 2 legs.
No, because we have to keep it with 10, right?
Yeah,
we're doing this with 10.
Well, you would have 20 legs, but we're still talking thumbs.
That's why I was just saying, like, there's just 5 thumbs. Instead of a leg here, it's 5 thumbs.
You just had 5 thumbs?
Instead of a leg here, it's 5 thumbs.
Okay, all right.
So
I think I get
10.
you. So if you were walking on thumb legs.
Yes, on 10
thumb legs. Like a little human centipede.
Yeah.
Without the extra sections.
How many thumbs would you give this movie? How many leg thumbs? How many thumb? They'd be thumb legs, right?
Yeah, they're thumb legs. So they're not thumbs.
Shit.
Ooh.
So they're leg thumbs?
Leg thumbs, not thumb legs. Thumb legs is a different thing. No, wait.
How many?
No, that'd be leg thumbs. Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna go 9.5. I bet I've seen this like 10 times.
Yeah.
This is like one of my favorite, like late night goofy comedy. It never fails to put a smile on my face.
I'm also going 9.5.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun. Yeah. So that's it. That's it for the Thumbo thing. I tell you, we had listener mail.
Yeah.
Well, we have listener mail. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when we come back, maybe. One of you sick sons of bitches. Anyway, here's a fake thing. We're gonna go watch a movie called what's the movie called?
Cottage.
Cottage Town.
Cottage Cheese.
Cottage Cheese.
It's called Cottage across America.
Cottage Country.
Cottage Country.
Yeah.
Also featuring Tyler Labine, or Labine, however you want to say it.
Labine Bine. And Lucy
Punch. There's our connection.
Yep. A little blood won't spoil their weekend.
Hello, we're back. Thanks for tuning in to Channel 16 News. I'm Skins McPherson. We appreciate your viewership. Tonight, we're going to talk about a story that's deep. Very, very deep. And at its roots, well, we'll find out. Chick-fil-A sauce. God damn it. Chick-fil-A sauce shortage blamed on Joe Biden's America. While we go over the details, we'll take it to our man in the field, Alan McTeethface.
Hey, Jer. Alan McTeethface here. Yeah, I'm out here, as you can see, in front of the gates at D.C., and, there's a lot of protesters out here, because it's a weekday. If it were a Sunday, that they would be home, and they keep holding signs up that say "It's a pleasure to serve you," and some of the other signs, well, they say "Where's the sauce?" So Biden has neglected to comment on this, but one thing can be said: his chicken sauce tax plan of 2021 is left wanting. A lot of consumers, a lot of Joe Everymans out there really wanting that Chick-fil-A sauce, and they're not getting it in Biden's America because the country belongs to whoever the president's name is during their term, of course.
Right, correct.
Yes.
So, has Joe Biden made any appearances since this shortage?
Yes, several. And still no comment on the shortage of Chick-fil-A sauce.
Wow.
Yeah, it's almost as if he doesn't care. Back to you, Diane.
Thanks, Teeth. That about wraps it up tonight here for us. I'm Teeth. No, you were Teeth. I'm Diane Feldspath. And thanks for tuning in to Channel 17 News. Go fuck yourself.
Special thanks to Brad Sexton for our jams. Please check out his latest project at suns.bandcamp.com. That is sunds.bandcamp.com. Thanks to Lamplighter Productions for our artwork. Please check out more of their stuff on Instagram at lamplighter_productions_IL. First time listener, we're anywhere podcasts are found. But if you don't subscribe to any of those services, listen to the show for free on our website. It's just the number 2, movies.buzzsprout.com. That's itsjusttwomovies.buzzsprout.com. Want to get in touch with the show? Email us at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com or find us on Twitter or Instagram at itsjusttwomovies. Want to support the show? Great. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe on whatever platform tickles your fancy. And one last thank you to our editor, head writer, producer, and host. Those are all me. So anyway, back to the show. Real quick, forgot to do listener mail. We actually already ended the show, and we're about to walk away from the
you can just edit this in at any point,
from the potting area. Yeah, I'll edit it in. All right,
I'll edit you in.
We had some listener mail in regards to the last episode that you and I did together.
Okay.
I told you next time that you saw Ron Perlman at Subway to ask him to touch your face. And I got a message from the really real Subway at gmail.com. First name Sub, last name Way. Said, I want to contact you about your recent episodes. Subway thanks you for your support. Please contact our relations support department for further information. Make sure to contact them soon. Make all correspondence attention to Jared. And then it has a JPEG of Jared Fogle, which I did not download. Now, I don't know which one of you sick pieces of shit did this, but I like it. So
I wish I would have done that.
Hey, yeah. I asked like 5 people. I was like, is this you? Come on.
Did
Come
you
on,
ask little
guy.
Corey?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said no. He said no.
Did he laugh? Or was
he laughed hysterically. He didn't know what I was talking about.
Okay.
I showed him when he was over here. He's like, that's fucking funny.
Dude,
that's fucking funny shit. So I really like the part where somebody took the time to make first name Sub, last name Way at the really real Subway at gmail.com. That's my favorite part. So that's our segment,
that's
listener
awesome.
Listener mail.
Hey, there's a first time for one thing.
Yep.
Oh shit.
We're back. We watched Cottage Country. It was boring as shit. We both almost went to sleep, snuggling like a couple of cute kids on a sleepaway camp trip. It's boring. It's a boring movie. It's got a pretty good premise. That's about it though.
Yeah,
and that even some of the acting isn't bad. But
not
it
great.
Just Cottage Country. It's a 2013 comedy romance. Is it either of those things? I don't think so. You can watch it for free on Tubi or Prime. That's got a 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, 77% of Google users liked this movie. That's only because a certain type of people would actually put that they liked this movie on Google. Super boring. Initial release March 14th, 2013. Directed by Peter Wellington of the Beef Wellingtons.
Oh.
Produced by Frank Siracusa and screenplay by Jeremy Boxon. This is not a bad idea for a thing. It's just a poor execution.
Just poorly executed.
And it's like among the bad things that I've seen, this isn't even the most poorly executed among them. It's just like meh.
Yeah.
It's very like. What's another sound effect that goes for how this movie is? Yeah, all of those. A long sigh. It's just that. It's got some good bits, but it's a little short of the bar.
It's a good idea that doesn't need to be an hour and a half long.
Yeah,
unless you just rewrite it, kind of like we talked about, and get some different actors. Think you can make this work.
Right. Stars Malin Ackerman, Tyler Labine or Labine, Lucy Punch, Dan McMurray from Letterkenny. I'm not going to try to pronounce. Petronjevic. That's probably French. Petronjevic.
Well, there's an I after the Patron. Petronjevic.
Petronjevic.
Yeah, I bet it is French.
Don't
you fucking say anything about French people.
Or
I will kiss you
fucking French
right
people
now.
Are fine, man. They're fine. You guys have the best. You fucking nailed the croissant. You don't need anything else. Excuse me, croissant. You don't need anything else. You know,
right.
Just if you're out there and you're listening in French, comment ça va? Oh, très bien, merci. And that's about all I know. I used to know how to talk about the weather, but I imagine it's slightly humid all the time in France. Just a little humid.
Just like Missouri.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, it's really humid over here, but I assume in France it just... Anytime I see it in a movie, I'm like, it looks a little humid. Because everybody's wearing like a suit or like a white kind of puffy shirt with the sleeves rolled up. And they're fanning themselves with a hat. And everybody's got just a little bit of sweat on them, but they're all wearing like hats and glasses.
Maybe they're glistening a little bit.
Maybe, you get a little bit of that gabagoosh. Eh?
So
I know that's Italy, not France. Don't write me for that.
This was directed by you already said that, Peter Wellington of the Wellington
beefs of the beef Wellingtons. I've never had a beef Wellington. Have you ever had one?
No, I haven't.
Well, we're talking about things that are more fun than this movie.
Right. It was, let's see, who wrote it? Jeremy Boxen?
Yeah.
Not a great job, Jeremy. I'm sorry.
I don't know that the screenplay necessarily is bad. Some of the like verbiage and characterizations, like the guy that's always like, oh my gosh darn heck,
the main character.
I don't like
it's so like
all right, I get that the guy's a pushover. You don't also have to make him Mr. Rogers.
Right.
Like he can still be like fuck.
He never cussed in this.
Nope, not one time. Not even when he deliberately murdered his own brother. So here's what happens: you get a happy couple.
Yep.
And they're getting ready to go on vacay. The lady finds the ring while she's packing his suitcase, and she's like, "Oh my God, he's gonna propose. He's gonna do it. It's happening." And he calls her, and he's like, "Hey, don't pack my fucking bag, bitch." But he doesn't say that. He's like, "Oh gosh darn.
Oh gosh dang it.
Don't pack my bag. I'll feel terrible if you pack my bag because ladies can do stuff too."
What were
that's not packing bags.
What were their nicknames for each other?
I don't know.
Like dumb, like Toodles and
Smoopies and
Toodles and
Slappy,
Diggums,
Snuggle Bun. I don't know. They were dumb. They had dumb pet names,
and they didn't kiss. Like they didn't actually kiss.
They didn't touch lips.
They just did like a
the closest you can get to kissing without kissing. And then just making the audible kissy lips without ever touching.
What a terrible relationship.
But she sucked his dick at like the drop of a hat.
That's true.
Could you imagine? Just your old lady won't kiss you, but you just like you taking a nap and you wake up and she's sucking your dick.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I thought the mouth was off limits. Well, that's probably gonna get cut. Maybe not though. I don't know, Miley. We'll see when we edit.
So they are at this cottage. His brother shows up.
His fuckhead brother shows up, played by McMurray.
From Letterkenny. His brother's an annoying fucking asshole.
He's like a hippie. He's like smoking weed. He's got long hair.
But he's kind of a dick though,
he's
too.
super a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he should have been murdered. But that's what
no, you can be a dick without being murdered.
That's what Tyler Labine thinks should happen.
So it does. He's like, oh, it was a little tiny accident. We were having a little bit of a scuff, and I grabbed an axe and I put it 3/4 of the way through his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not an accident.
What the fuck,
when you
man?
sail a hatchet through somebody's neck.
If you just grab a stick and hit somebody with it, okay.
Yeah.
He's being a dick. Just fucking hit him with a stick.
Maybe you knocked him out and he took a bad tumble and hit his head on something, like hit his head on a rock and that killed him.
Oh no, I'm just talking about like a normal...
this is a murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like what a normal human being... But you could make it better like that. Like you can make the
death accidental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that much better.
Well, like Tucker and Dale said, it doesn't matter what happened here.
Mm-hmm.
What matters is what looks like what happened here.
That's right.
And that would have been a better mechanic for this than...
And what it looks like is
nice.
They fucking murdered a couple.
Yeah, because then they
chopped up their bodies.
Then they murder McMurray's wife.
Yeah,
played by Lucy Punch. You may know her from Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, and they chopped them up and threw them in the lake, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and then
they went for a swim and put all their body parts in various trash bags and dumped them in the lake, which is the worst way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the worst way to do it. Why would you ever do that?
I'd ask you what you do, but I feel like we'd get put on a list. So
I don't care. I'll be on a list. I'll tell you what I would do if I needed to dispose of a body and I was already lakeside. I would find a chain. Any chain, doesn't matter. Leave the body whole and intact, wrap it in the chain as tight as fucking humanly possible, and just drop it in the deepest part of the lake. Problem solved.
There you go.
You might get a toe pop up in 3 months, but
by
that time, there's no other forensic data at that point.
You heard it here.
You heard it here. If you need to dispose of a body in a deep lake, don't chop it up and put it into separate, like, Glad scented fucking trash bags with your fingerprints all over it. Unless you're a non-secretor as far as your DNA is concerned. Anyway, it's dumb. A lot of this movie's it's not very well thought, and I would think that most people that have ever even accidentally seen an episode of NCIS, which is everyone, wouldn't have done that to a dead body. Like lakeside. If you were in the middle of the woods or in the middle of BFE nowhere,
yeah,
sure, that already makes more sense because it's easy to transport. But you guys literally just got on a fucking canoe and paddled out 100 yards and dumped it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to cut it up for that. Just fucking... just put a picnic basket on top of it, and anybody that sees you will be like, oh, they're going to have a lovely picnic today.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like you said, there not a ton of thought went into making this. What are
not particularly.
So
Malin Ackerman's character, Cammy. So the love interest, Cammy.
Yeah.
She's down with the murder. She's so down with the murder.
Yes.
She's like, oh my God, good job. Kill the girlfriend too. I'll help you dispose of the bodies.
She's the crazy person.
She is the crazy person. Yeah. The main guy, he just kind of lost his shit. He was having a fight with his brother. He lost his shit. It's like if you have a sibling, if you're out there and you have a younger sibling, have you ever accidentally hit him a little too hard?
With an axe in the neck?
I'm sure you have. But probably not with an axe in the neck, because I don't know if they have podcast privileges in prison. So you're probably not listening to this. But if you were to do that, like it just hit your sibling a little too hard, I could see that. Just a scuffle gone wrong. One of the redeeming things that I do like about this is the chemistry between the two brothers. Like, I feel like they're convincing. They make a convincing pair of brothers. Although they don't really look alike, their rapport with each other is what I would expect from like two estranged family members that both kind of hate each other, but they also grew up together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the only redeeming quality.
Yeah.
In this.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. It looks.
Oh, it looks
the scenery,
great.
The scenery where they shot.
This is shot outstanding.
Looks really, really good.
Yeah.
That's probably at the top of my.
I like almost all the cinematography in this, just like the way it's like strung together and shot.
It's done.
It looks awesome.
It's done well.
It looks awesome. I really, really do appreciate the attention to detail for the scenes that do look nice.
So we talked a little bit about
like when it's just Tyler Labine and he's like, or Labine, whatever, and he's like swimming in the lake and he's looking out to the waves because he's like, oh, I just want to look out on that water and watch all my problems wash away.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. Like it's shot beautifully. It's scored beautifully.
Is it scored beautifully? I didn't think the music.
Yeah, it's not
some of it. I guess
it's just ambiance.
Yeah. So when they're canoeing out to the middle of the lake, that looked really, really good as well.
Oh yeah.
But we talked about this while we were watching.
It's got to be hard as fuck to do audio on a fucking canoe in the middle of the lake. Like that's got to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about this while we were watching it, but we want to recast. What's her name? Malin?
Yeah, it's
Ackerman?
one or the other. I don't know. Yeah, Ackerman. You know her from other movies such as
Watchmen,
The Heartbreak Kid. That's the thing that I most know her best from. Couples Retreat. She's also in Rampage, Chick Fight, which I have not seen. 27 Dresses, also have not seen. The Final Girls, 2015. That sounds like a movie we might visit on this podcast.
You haven't watched 27 Dresses? I'm just kidding.
Believe it or not, I missed that
one. So who could we get?
I don't know. She's putting off a what she thinks Uma Thurman would do vibe for me. Like I think that she's doing what she thinks Uma Thurman would do, but I don't even know that Uma Thurman would be a better recast for this. I think you need somebody that can really lean into the crazy.
So Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman can lean into the crazy hard as shit. What about Leslie Knope?
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler, thank you. You think Amy Poehler would fit in a thing like that?
Her name did kind of pop up in the old noggin.
In the old noggin?
Yeah. But I was like, do we use that name too much?
That's a phrase that I've heard some older people use for, your brain.
Thanks, Danny.
The old noggin.
Thanks, Danny.
Yeah.
Thanks for the clarification.
Just keeping it fresh.
I like Amy Poehler. I think that would work. Tyler Labine just needs to take like 25% off the nerdy,
off the
nice guy act.
Yeah, off the Mr. Rogers spectrum.
Well, gosh darn it! Hey, dang it!
Heck!
Oh, hog-tied G. Willikers.
Ain't that a hog booger? It just like weird shit. Like, dude, if you accidentally murder your brother, you would be
yelling, fuck.
Like, you would be freaking out. You wouldn't be like, oh gosh, heck. Oh no.
Gee Willikers.
Gee Willikers. Oh.
Tommy Baba.
Just gonna squeeze by you here and get this axe out of the way.
Let me just squeeze by you here real quick.
Just killed my brother on accident. You would genuinely fucking freak out. All of your sensibilities gone.
Yeah. Do you think the movie needs different direction because of some of the acting, or do you think it's just the acting? I don't know.
That's a good question. It's hard to say how a movie shakes out as far as like, oh, the cinematographer got to do whatever he wanted, but whoever did the cinematography, I want to keep all of it.
Oh yeah.
I would like to change some of the cast, and I would like somebody else in the director's seat just going, no, too cheesy pie.
Same. Because a lot of it is, it's just cheesy.
It's cheesy.
It's not funny, and it's supposed to be a comedy. This is supposed to be a comedy.
I get it that the guy's a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it that he's a pushover, that's his personality. I get it. That's what Jason Bateman has been doing his entire career.
There you go.
Maybe get a Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman and Amy Poehler.
Man, that would be funny.
Adam Scott is the brother.
Dude.
There we go.
We just did an American version of this movie.
There it is.
This is based in Canada.
Instead of being a bunch of... And then, as the Hasidic Jew partygoer who, like, is onto him, who knows something is awry...
Are you supposed to say Jewish?
Hasidic Jew... Well, there's one individual. Jewish is just plural of the... Say, he's a gentleman of the Hasidic Jewish faith. He's got the earlocks and shit. You know what I'm talking about? And the yarmulke. He's decked out. He's very obviously a Jewish guy in the movie. That's not to disparage him. I actually kind of liked his characterization quite a bit. But what if you got McMurray to play him? Just so McMurray's still in the movie.
Oh man, I do like. I wish that he was in the movie more.
Yeah, I liked him as a ghost.
When he came back and he's like that in, right? Like more of the ghost?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like if the main character, there are a couple of bits where he's surrounded by other people and he obviously is seeing a ghost and he's
his
like,
dead brother.
And he's fucking freaking out and screaming at it and arguing with it and shit. More of that. More of the psychological strain on him specifically. Make it to where, like, even in the next scene, he's, like, looking over his shoulder and jerking and, like, real jumpy and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because why not?
Right.
Why would you just, if you have a cool, like, a neat thing in your movie, just step on the gas a little bit. Because why would you hit the brakes?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the one thing
this is a thing that's already been done. This is not a new...
Oh, no.
This is not a new idea. So, yeah, romp on the gas a little bit, baby.
Use it.
Just hit it.
Yeah.
Because why would you tap the brakes?
Yeah, I agree. While I was watching it, I was thinking they could use him more. Just go with the ghost brother element a little bit more. And
of him just being creepy as shit. Yeah, ramp it up.
Yeah.
Right, turn that shit to 11 because it's good.
Yeah. Would you go comedy with it, or would you go more gore?
I would
more like psychological.
I would go psychological with it. You know what I mean? Because it's his brother. He grew up with his brother.
Yeah,
his brother knows how to manipulate him a little bit because that's their relationship.
Yeah.
That's it. I just would have turned that up. And I did like McMurray as that character, but Adam Scott could have done that if you were doing a...
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing a different thing. I also didn't hate Lucy Punch's character in this, but her accent, because she was playing a Russian woman,
yes,
was
awful.
Is turned up a little too much.
Yeah. Where
I kind of wish we would have had subtitles on during some of her stuff, because she said hilarious stuff, but it just was hard to catch.
Did she, though?
She said a couple. She had like 2 funny lines.
Potato, tomato.
And then she got murdered, you know?
Yeah.
Murtado. That's what I always say.
That's what I've been saying.
Yep.
Where were we at? Does it matter? We hated this.
No. It really doesn't matter, and I did kind of hate this.
Yeah.
Like, it started pretty fresh. Like the first 8 minutes, I was like, okay, I'm interested. I'm invested. I want to know what happens. And then it every plot point in the movie that happened was still flat.
Yeah.
And I can't quite put my finger on what it was that made it flat.
Writing and directing.
Maybe it was the lack of comedy, the failure of character building, maybe, because there's not a lot of that.
There's no character. Yeah, there's
really not. Nobody has an arc. I tell you who has an arc is the main character guy.
Yeah.
And his arc is he can't stand up for himself. He finally does, and he accidentally kills his brother. And then he feels so guilty he turns himself in.
And in the process,
That's not really an arc.
And in the process, he gets
That's
himself...
that's not an arc. That's
Right.
one guy that a thing happens to.
Right. And I'll just end the movie right now. In the process of doing that, he gets shot by his fiance.
Yeah, right in the head.
Right in the head, but survives. And his dad has to take care of him. And he has memory loss. Or, well, is it memory? I guess it would be
I don't know.
short term.
He has fucking goldfish brain. He has goldfish brain. Like his dad wheels him out to the dock at the lake house, and he's like, "Oh, how long can we stay?" He's like, "As long as you want." He's like, "Where's mom? Your mom left me." "Where's my brother? Your brother died." "How long can we stay here?" "As long as you want." "Where's mom? Where's my brother?" He just keeps repeating the same shit over and over again.
We thought his dad was going to push him in the lake, but he didn't.
He should have. He should have just been like... He should have just taken a really deep breath and just fucking shoved him off the end of the dock because he was in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that would have been a cool, like, edgy ending. Like, his dad who defended him finally was the one that accepted the burden. And he was like, but he's a murderer. He killed my other kid, so...
But he doesn't
push him off the dock.
I think he believes, in this movie, that his son didn't do it.
I would have done a reshoot for that. After I thought the movie was finished.
Yeah.
And I came all the way back and got done editing and watched the whole movie and the final director cut before it got sent to the studio, I would cut that last scene of Dad pushing him off the dock. I'd be like, everybody come back.
Yeah.
We got to do reshoots.
I like it. No, I like it.
Yeah, it would have been a much better ending instead of Dad just being frustrated.
Yeah.
And taking care of a homicidal maniac.
Yep.
All
right. I think we've exhausted everything on this one.
That's all I've got on this fucking thing.
It's a piece of shit. I
wouldn't say it's romantic or a comedy necessarily. I would just say it's a weird... It's a weird movie with a weird vibe.
It's supposed to be... this is what IMDb says. In order: comedy, crime, horror, romance.
It's a crime movie.
It's a crime movie, but it is none of those.
It's a crime movie with a little bit of levity.
Yeah.
It's certainly not a comedy.
Right. Poor job.
So if you had to have McMurray thumbs.
Yeah.
Like severed, dead, pale, waterlogged McMurray thumbs. How many of those thumbs would you put in Mrs. McMurray for this being a good, bad movie?
Out of 10 thumbs?
Out of 10 waterlogged McMurray thumbs that have to go inside of Mrs. McMurray.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, please watch Letterkenny.
It's great.
Goofy. It's just...
It's about a bunch of Canadian rednecks.
Yeah, but it has every group that you went to high school with. It's got the jocks.
Yeah,
it's got the goth kids.
The cliques.
Yeah, the cliques. Anyways, I will give this 3.
Okay, I like that. I like it so much, I'm actually going to undercut it with a 2.
Oh, damn it. The only reason I gave it a 3, though, is because of the scenery and the cinematography.
It had really great cinematography. If I were just rating it on just the visual aspect of it, none of the dialogue, none of the story, none of the mechanics, none of the anything, I probably would give it like a 7.5, maybe an 8. I mean, it looks fucking great.
Yeah.
It's shot great. It's got great still frames that are just breathtaking, that look really good. But that's part of the natural scenery of where they are. It's got nothing to do with the rest of the rest of the fucking thing. But
it does take a little bit of...
The camera work does look nice. But this movie's shit, man. It sucks. So, next time you're thinking about picking out a new bumper sticker for your car, think about the thin brown line. Where we watch bad movies so you don't have to. Because it's film. That's the color of film. It's brown. It's the thin brown line. Or it's the color, like streaks in your shorts or whatever, Like, Ted Lasso comes out this weekend. The new season.
Where did that come from?
Don't even worry about it, man. I've been workshopping shit all week.
Have you watched Ted Lasso?
No.
God damn it, you should.
I know. I hear it's great.
So
I think
good.
it's nominated for an Emmy.
It's so good.
Yeah. So is Inside by Bo Burnham also nominated
I know.
for...
I need
Hey,
to watch that.
do you have a name for this segment where I'm like, hey, what's a thing you've been...
No, you asked me that last time, and I still don't have a name.
We're going to do... It's the segment...
Hey, what you watching?
What else have you been, getting wet in your beak with?
Hey. So I played Breath of the Wild, and it is fan-fucking-tastic. It's, yeah, it's fun.
It's too deep dive. It's too, like, I need, 2 months during the winter where I know I'm not doing anything to play a sixth of it.
Yeah, it is a lot. I started it once several years back.
I probably will restart it the next time I play it.
But I don't think I knew how to, I don't know. I don't think I knew what I was doing, or as far as like Zelda games go.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was not...
Oh, right.
in the know.
You're doing a little more free exploring than...
Yeah. You got to stick to the...
You got to stick to the narrative,
Yep.
baby.
I started playing The Last of Us.
Again? For the 5th time?
No, it's more than 5, my friend.
Oh,
That's probably 20. That's not an exaggeration either.
Ooh, that's horny as fuck.
I play the game probably once or twice a year, I would say.
Okay.
And it's not a short game, but
it's not a long game, but yeah, it's not short. Well, you probably play it on fucking like nightmare mode or whatever.
I have.
Yeah.
Super difficult. I played that.
It's gratifying, and
Yeah.
it's a good story. It's
such
like
a good story.
The Last of Us is to video games what to me The Lord of the Rings is to cinema.
Okay.
I can watch it 100 million times, and it never gets old.
Yeah.
It just never gets old. I'm always like interested in it. I always find it to be like rich and appealing and gratifying and like all the good things that you want from a delicious, delectable story. But with The Last of Us, it's interactive.
Yeah. And it's my favorite video game of all time. There's no debate there. So I played through that. It only took me like 3 or 4 days.
Nice.
Just because I would just fucking
bang bang boom.
Just went through it. Like I had a little bit of time. What else? They're doing a TV series.
So I've heard
HBO.
Isn't
Yes, he is.
Poe Dameron.
Poe Dameron.
Why is that the thing I can remember? Like I've never even seen him in Star Wars as Poe Dameron. What's his name? Oscar Isaac. Isn't Oscar Isaac in it?
I think you are thinking about Pedro Pascal.
I am thinking about Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
No, Oscar Isaac is Poe Dameron in Star Wars, but I'm thinking of Pedro Pascal as
The Mandalorian.
Nope, as the guy from fucking The Last of Us.
Joel.
Oh,
okay. Let's see who else is tied to that. It's not some name. Oh, Anna Torv is tied to it.
Anna Torv. So
she was in Fringe, not Friends. Fringe.
Okay. All right, I know you're horny for Fringe.
And Mindhunter. She was in Mindhunter.
Well, who was she in Mindhunter?
The doctor, Dr. Wendy Carr.
I love it.
She was so good in that.
I love it. I tell you what
What have you been up to?
I haven't been up to shit.
Okay.
Let me tell you what's been going on here lately is a lot of podcasting.
Yeah.
So we're recording this episode, but it's not going to come out for 3 weeks and 2 days from now.
Damn.
So I got some backlog. Just had been recording a lot, just trying to get a couple in the bank so I can take a couple of weekends off, hang with the fam.
I
think we're going to go foraging for some wild chanterelles tomorrow. Pretty excited about that. Going to the drive-in the following weekend. Going to check out Black Widow.
Oh, you guys still have those?
Yeah, hell yeah, we got a drive-in. Hey, if you've never been to the drive-in, take your old lady there and finger bang her. It's a great kid. Unless you have your
Eat
kid.
some popcorn, too.
Unless you have your kid, then don't do that. Unless you make the kid sit outside, which is kind of fucked up of you. I tell you what I'm really excited about, though. I'm excited to watch the movie The Green Knight. It comes out at the end of this month.
Okay.
And
I've heard of this.
I don't know that I've been more excited to watch a movie in a while. It's a Dave Lowry joint, but I'm super...
Ooh, Joel Edgerton's in it.
Yeah. Joel Edgerton's in it, and let's see here.
Dev Patel.
Yeah. I'm super excited to see Dev Patel in it. He was in a lot of stuff for a while, and then he was in Chappie, and Chappie tanked. And contrary to popular belief, I think Chappie is an outstanding film.
I liked it a lot.
I fucking love Chappie. I can't wait until enough time has elapsed where we can do Chappie on this show and be like, it's not robot apocalypse.
No.
Just watch it for what it is, and it's great.
Yeah. Yeah,
I like it.
I liked
really
it a lot.
is great. It's funny. It's witty. It's got action. It's got romance. It's got everything you want. It's got everything you want, baby.
Yeah. Baby,
but
get into it.
Dev Patel was fantastic in that, and that's where I was like, this guy's going to be in everything. And then he wasn't in a whole lot after that. So I am really excited to see him come back in The Green Knight. And as far as like Arthurian legend stuff goes, this looks like probably the best take on it I've seen in several years, because I love King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table and like Robin Hood and like old English folklore. I love that shit, but it's not done well most of the time.
That's a difficult thing to do.
It's a great story though.
Oh yeah,
and it's
sure.
weird that it's done so poorly so frequently.
Are you excited for Dune? The movie?
I am so pumped.
So I have it. I started it once, couldn't get into it, but I want to revisit it.
Yeah.
Because I hear so many good things about it, and I want to make it through it.
Is that Herbert Walker?
Herbert's his last name. Frank. I think it's Frank Herbert.
Frank Herbert?
Yeah.
Where am I getting Walker from?
But it is directed...
Texas Ranger.
Nice.
That's what it is.
It is directed by Denis Villeneuve.
I'm in.
Right.
I'm in. I fucking... Come look at this dick and see how hard it is right now.
You guys aren't going to start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that gold talk for a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob. We don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Cousin, businesses are booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we got here, Dan? Hey, Dan?
Yeah, Brad?
What else do we got for this movie, Dan?
A couple of... I figure I'd get a couple of more Molson's, a little bit clam.
Yeah?